Are we starting?
Yes.
Okay.
You have static with what? The microphone?
Yeah, he ain't got
I
static
thought
over
y'all was
there.
from the South. What's going on with y'all?
We don't say
Static
that.
died. Didn't
I don't
Static die? He was the rapper that was on that song. Y'all remember Static? Y'all don't remember? I think Static was on Lollipop.
I know Static
With Wayne.
Shock.
Can we just go back to what the fuck your problem is?
What's your problem, Wolf? You got beef with us?
Yeah, so my problem is y'all said I look like I don't bathe.
Wait,
What's
no, don't say
going
y'all.
on?
We said we
Hold
don't
on.
like you on, baby.
Hold on.
What's going on with that? And you agree with it.
I did not agree
Yes, you
with that.
did. You
Oh, I
co-signed
said
it.
it?
Roll the
I
tape.
co-signed
Somebody get the
saying that you look
timestamps.
like you don't bathe.
Yes.
If you was a little taller, you would be my man. What are you
That's-
I
talking
feel
about?
like I
my
would never say
goodness.
you smell.
You literally started it off saying like
Wolf.
he's the one hotep who doesn't smell bad, and I appreciated that. It
Oh,
was
so
all
what the
good
fuck?
from that point. And then you was like, but he talks like somebody who don't bathe, and I was like, what the?
Oh, you
fuck?
do? Well,
All the positive shit I be preaching,
I definitely said that because I can feel like I would say that now.
bro.
Wait,
I be
he talks
preaching
like
mad
he don't
positive
bathe?
shit.
No,
though.
Wolf doesn't
What does that
smell
mean?
at all.
No, he doesn't smell.
But you do look like.
Like I stank, like I don't bathe.
Okay, let me just say it like this.
That's crazy.
You're handsome, but the way that you talk and the way that you be pouring into the fact that we must stay healthy, it gives not just food, but aluminum. And aluminum is what we need to stay fresh. And I feel like if Dr. Bronner's runs out in your house, you're just going to use nothing but water. I feel like you would.
You know what?
I'm
I ain't
taking
even
a
gonna
guess.
hold
I
you.
use a little
I don't
Bronner's
like the
every
That
Dr.
might be too
Bronner's.
processed for
I
Wolf.
don't want nobody doing a 3-in-1 and thinking it's okay.
If I can clean my floors with it,
Nah, for real.
You know, it shouldn't
it
be going
good?
on your body. I don't think anybody should be bathing with something that could be a shampoo, conditioner,
I
and
agree.
body wash.
I agree.
I
What is
do
we
like
doing?
Dr. Bronner's, but it got in my pussy one time, and that was
Well,
not a
only
fun.
the peppermint one. You got to keep that shit away.
Yeah, I shouldn't.
Baby, it's going to make...
It just literally came down from. Anyway, so what's the problem? You feel like you look like you smell great?
I feel like I look like yeah. What you mean? Absolutely,
Yeah, absolutely. Talk your shit, Wolf.
I look like what I look.
Wolf, I don't like that you're bunching me in. I would never say anything.
You
awful
agree with her
about
on the back end, though.
No,
I was like,
didn't.
damn, gang, not Mandy B.
What on the back end did I agree with?
He was like, he does. He does. He does. He does.
No, I
And you was
didn't.
spaced out and everything.
No,
You was looking down.
See,
He does
so
look
maybe
like
I wasn't
that.
listening.
First of all, who the fuck sent you this?
Him.
Oh,
My good friend.
Eden.
Why would you sit here cause beef and turmoil amongst the
See,
team?
this is what the Joe
That's my
Budden
friend.
sphere does.
We cannot
And now
part
we,
of it.
and we don't have. It's not going to be ready. It's going to be. And they're going to say tonight, Eden, they hired
And
him
you know what's funny about
to
that?
cause more beef between.
That's fine. Just so you know, that's a bleep. Because we don't give that motherfucking platform no press over here. So now we causing edits.
Joe Budden?
No, the other word, but we don't have to say that again.
I don't know.
Oh, it's a platform. We're just not going to give them any
The
praise.
R
or-
one or the L one?
The L one.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not
Aren't they
saying
all
that
bad?
around here. All of them are bad, but that one particularly.
Oh.
Anywho,
All of them think I'm ugly with big teeth. And I just want you guys to know I'm getting braces. Anyway.
well, all of them think I'm ugly, period. Y'all, welcome to another episode of Horrible Fucking Decisions. I'm your girl, Mandy B, a.k.a. Peg Bundy, a.k.a. Peg and Markle, a.k.a. Peg motherfucking Stallion, a.k.a. that bitch,
Hey, y'all. I'm Weezy. And
a.k.a. getting braces.
if you too, I'm really excited for them, by the way. Let me tell you what's kind of funny. Actually, my man brought it up. He was like, bro, it's kind of funny that Mandy got veneers, which is like perfect teeth, and you about to get braces. Y'all are really
Oh, I ain't gonna
on
hold
a
you.
different tooth journey.
I ain't gonna hold you. I think you're gonna have the same struggle as me with them braces, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
What?
Baby, the way these teeth collect pubic hairs, oh my God. I ain't gonna hold you. It's the worst. If I'm down in a Buddha hole, if I'm eating coochie, if I'm down, and I don't expect everyone to manscape, baby, I be having to get through giving oral sex, just knowing I'm gonna have to go in and pull pubes out of these teeth just be collecting fucking pubes. Hate it.
I'm not gonna
Hate
front. That was what scared me about veneers. I heard it
Hate it.
collects bacteria.
Oh, I mean, I have to like
Water
I
pick.
have my floss and like my brushing. Like, bitch, I keep a little carry-on one in my purse now. Like, if I'm finna be sucking, kissing, anything, bitch, I'm brushing my teeth. Baby, these things, I be like, fuck. And it kind of bothers me, but I just gotta ignore it. But you know, sex is psychological.
And you can feel the hair.
Bitch, I be hating it. I be hating it. And I always like to go from oral to mouth. If I'm sucking you, you gonna taste you. If I'm licking you, you gonna taste you. So I like going from oral to kissing immediately after.
Right.
But before, it's a quick jump, bitch. I gotta get that fucking pube out
Damn,
the
I
teeth
feel
real
one right
quick.
now.
Boy,
Anyway,
it's stressful. It's stressful.
Well,
What?
I'm looking forward to braces. I feel like I'm gonna make them look cool. But I had a long journey with trying with my teeth, right? So I tried Invisalign, and then I tried Smile Direct Club, and they went bankrupt.
Oh,
And then I tried
Smile Direct Club.
linguistic bracelets from the inside, and then I couldn't speak English. So I feel like braces are gonna look cool. Also, they have gold braces. I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a grill. Bitch, they made a bracket to show me what it looks like. My teeth look yellow with gold. And I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
no, don't do
okay,
that.
so that's
Don't
not
do
it.
that. That ain't it.
So yeah, basically I'm just getting plain silver, no colors, no extra shit, just cool shit. And
I
I feel
can't wait
like
till you come on here and start giving us dick sucking tips with braces because it's gonna affect that for sure.
I don't know if it is because I had the linguistic ones, which is inside.
Mm-hmm.
The dick goes inside, but what would it matter if they're outside?
I mean, to me, pubes again, but also I wonder if it's gonna like cut up your mouth at all.
It will.
Because you know what I mean?
It will.
Like your mouth
First
is
of all,
open.
I don't need you to not be on my team because you fucking don't.
I had braces.
Oh, so but
Okay,
you don't
tell
suck dick while you had them.
I mean, I definitely don't.
Yeah, so what do you know?
But they're gonna chop up the inside of your mouth.
Well,
for
they
sure.
told me I got to put the wax on it. I don't know, but I had a whole crying fit when I had the inside braces. I was like, I can't suck your dick anymore. He was like, bro, you got to calm down. It's day 3.
He's like, bitch, you could lick these
But
balls.
he encouraged me to get the braces because he was like, I really think you will be fine with braces. He's like, I think adult braces, you have to have a look for it. He's like, I think you're fine. The only thing that makes me feel a little dumb with braces, I feel like this aesthetic is fine, right?
Yeah.
But wearing like a gown, going to a wedding, getting dressed up, I feel like I'm going to look dumb.
I mean, you know, it's possible.
But at least I'll have my teeth, whatever. So that's what happened to me. And you guys probably heard a week or 2 ago
Yep.
about my fake foursome.
It was very fake.
But it was fun.
It was inspiring.
And literally,
yeah.
Mandy said on that episode, it's so dope when things go to foursome. Maybe I need to get back on there. And boy, did she get back on there.
So, y'all, this whole episode is going to be about thruples because I just got in and out of one since that episode. Grand opening, grand closing, baby. Goddamn. Happened quickly.
I think you manifested it because you were like, nothing lasts more than 2 weeks.
I probably did. Well, it lasted a full month in totality. But we're going to get into thruples, what it means. And I guess a part of the opening sentiment of this podcast, I wanted to explain the difference between a unicorn and a thruple. Specifically because when I was bringing up on Instagram and Twitter that I met a couple and that I was dating a couple, everyone immediately started calling me a unicorn or is like, oh, are you a unicorn again? So I was a unicorn during Mexico. And you guys, please go listen to that episode. I don't remember the episode title, but we'll put it in the description of this episode so y'all can go listen to me on a solo vacation ending up with a couple. That was a unicorn situation because I went in and had fun with this couple and left. I'm not interested, and I think I've been saying that a lot. I'm not interested in casually having sex with anyone right now, and I'm not interested in not liking who I'm having sex with.
What about your current casual sex partners?
I don't have any locally, and the one that I have like casual, my main one, he don't live here, but we talk every single day. So we keep up with each other's work, life, families, like all the things. So to me, that's not casual because there's an ongoing still relationship about what we're doing when we're not having sex.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And you know what I mean? I'm not interested in also fucking someone that I don't really like. So when it came to this couple, I know that I like women, I like men. I know the capacity that I have to give right now. So in terms of throupling is like we're all dating each other. There's a title involved. I'm a part of investing and building with the man as much as I'm investing and building with the woman in friendship, in sexual experience, and all those things.
By the way, I want y'all to know the reason this episode, well, I don't know if you planned on doing this, but when Mandy told me when they broke up and why, I was like, I think we 100% need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to shade women, but it generally seems like thruples ending or threesomes going wrong is at the hand of the woman.
Oh, not us holding women accountable, bitch.
I mean, for me, this is a little sidebar, but okay. I was feeling sensitive to this already because there's a clip of Dr. Umar that just came out, or I don't know, it could be old, But basically, he says, if my daughter came to me and said her man cheated, I'd be like, babe, sit down, let me talk to you. And he asked, is he a good provider? Which I hate that money comes first.
I mean, we got bills don't pay themselves.
Is he, does he take care of anything at home? Is he pretty much all around the man you need? And basically,
yeah, I don't like
the
that.
boundary was like, did he, was it a oops? Was it a one-time thing? You should come to him and say, I don't like you doing this, and let him know how you feel about the infidelity, but you need to expect that a man will cheat occasionally. So I sent it to a group chat.
He said that?
He said
Swear to
that?
God. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to insert that clip. Yeah.
He said you should expect a man to cheat.
Yeah, let's do a light pause, but I want to hear the full context of him saying this so we can respond.
We can edit this part. So
yeah.
Here's the clip from Dr. Umar that kind of started an argument in my group chat.
Okay, let me hear it.
If my daughter comes to me and say, Daddy, my husband cheated on me, I'm going to say, Princess, give me a hug, sit down, I need to talk to you. Is he a good provider? Yes. Does he take good care of you? Yes. Does he ever disrespect you, raise his hand to you? No. Outside of this cheating, is he pretty much what you need in a man? Yes, he is. What do we know about this woman? Was this thing purely sexual? Was it a hit and miss? Is it a work romance? Or is he really feeling this woman? If she tells me this was a hit and miss, I'm going to tell her, go have a conversation with him about his infidelity. Let him know you do not like it. But there's two things I want you to think about. I will never tell you not to leave a man because he cheated. If you want to leave him because he cheated, go ahead and do it. But I want to ask you a question. How many men you expect to find out there who are never going to go outside that marriage at least occasionally to experience another woman? I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's not realistic to leave a good man for an oops. I'm going to tell you when you...
Okay.
Oh, my God. Okay, well, I have a few things to say about that.
Oh, wait.
What's up?
So,
what's up?
Two things that I felt.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you what happened in this group chat, then you tell me.
Okay.
I wrote this, sent this in the group chat with two close homegirls that I really trust. And I said, damn, I fucking hate that women are going to see this and really believe this. Even though I'm that bitch that doesn't think sex is that big of a deal for a oops, and I'm in an open relationship, I actually think this is wrong when people practice monogamy. My homegirl hits back and like, that's basically in a roundabout way. That's kind of crazy coming from you because you accept cheating. I'm like,
no, that's not what ethical non-monogamous people accept. Like that's the frustrating part. I think when
that's
anyone
bothered me all week, Mandy.
That's so when you're ethically non-monogamous, the idea, yes, sex and exchanging bodily autonomy and fluids with other people isn't as alarming, but we both felt cheated on in our previous relationships because these niggas lied and betrayed the boundaries that we set forth.
Bro, so I'm like, except I asked for it. She's like, I have a bunch of homegirls that asked for it and they changed their mind. Eventually you change your mind. I'm like, look, in monogamy, so I ended up, and I feel like...
Don't feel like you got to school these hoes.
I felt like she was judging me, even though she's like, I'm not judging you. But if I accepted that, I feel like I would have no self-worth. And I'm like,
whoa. Oh.
And that shit really fucking hurt. Because when I was dating Hospital Dick, I wanted him to fuck other people. He would be working at a bar and I'd be like, ooh, I want you to go pick up somebody. I want you to like fuck somebody and let me watch. And da-da-da. He hated me talking like that. He hated talking about threesomes. He did not like shit like that. And I literally wrote her and I was like, I don't know if you think I'm doing this because I want to keep a nigga, but like, I really have kinks that maybe you don't understand.
Right.
Like, I have a lot of things I like to indulge in sexually. Then the conversation comes up of she thinks sex is sacred. And I'm like, bro, the sex I have with my man is sacred. But I do believe we could have sex with other people and it'd be fun and not as deep. I do believe this. If I didn't believe this, I couldn't do this show for everybody every week.
Right.
As a true believer of this. Now, being that person, I can still watch that Dr. Umar clip and empathize with people that are monogamous. I had a homegirl, Mandy, recently whose husband kissed another woman. She's fucking losing her mind. Now, on the other end, I'm sitting there like, damn, bitch, it's just a kiss. You've been with this nigga almost 10 years. But for her, it's a big deal. Who the fuck am I to tell you your man didn't deceive you? That what he did wasn't wrong. And that's why I really don't like this whole we have to accept cheating shit. Some of us are much more open-minded to, different sex with other people and relationships, and some are not. So to watch that clip of Dr. Umar saying he would say that to his daughter.
Here's my two takeaways from it. I want to lean into a bit of what he said, but then also lean into the fact that, like, your friends in the group chat, they uphold kind of Dr. Umar's point in saying it. And look, I'm gonna bring up Wolf, the tweet that I brought up the other day. But my one thing is he goes into asking about the finances. Then he goes into asking, well, is he a good man to you? Then he includes
Do he put his hands on you?
disrespect and hands. As in, it's disrespectful if you betray my trust. It's disrespectful if you're not considering my emotions and the things that I set forth in this relationship. So the fact that he combined disrespect with physical abuse, I didn't like that because there's a lot of ways for a man to disrespect you that don't include him laying hands on you, right?
I.e. cheating.
My other part in this specific clip as well is a man literally telling his daughter, well, do you think you're going to find a man that doesn't do these awful things to you? You may as well stick it through with this specific man. And I want to bring up a clip because I do think a lot of women feel this way. So there was a Twitter that went viral a couple of weeks ago, and I screenshotted it because I was like, these goddamn desperate ass bitches. So she tweets, not me finding out that my fiance is still seeing his ex and they've been meeting frequently. Our wedding is in the next 6 months.
Oh my God.
I'm conflicted about the decision I should make. Also, if I call the wedding off, what if I don't find a guy that'll see me as a potential wife? And that's kind of what Dr. Umar was leaning into. The desperation that women just want a man, period.
Don't get me wrong.
Put up with the
Dating
bullshit.
is hard.
I mean, it is, but
And
also,
that's the reason we stay with niggas that ain't shit, right? I'm guilty of it too.
I mean, we
But-
both, yeah, same. But I don't think that a
No.
woman should feel like her whole goal in life or the end all be with all is whether or not a man claims you as a wife. Like, this reeks of desperation. And that's what I think a lot of people have lost, like, self-worth and value in the ways that they accept these men and how they show up in their lives.
I know that we are in a place where a lot of the value that people feel is through love. I understand it's been like that for years, but the love through partnership and through an unhealthy partnership is not one to be celebrated.
No, hell no.
So, long story short, I started to feel offended by her, but I realized this is not a friendship that will end. This is not an argument that will last forever. But what I realized is I actually just felt more sympathy for the women that told their friends that aren't me. See, I don't give a fuck. I could have this dialogue with my homegirl that's monogamous, and we done with the conversation.
Yeah.
But I literally said to my boyfriend after, because I called him about it, I'm like, this is the girls that listen to my show.
Mm-hmm.
None of their homegirls are going to welcome their thoughts or their kinks or their desires with open arms, and they're going to talk shit about them right after. They're going to be like, ugh, this bitch talking about she want to fuck two niggas.
Oh, wait.
Like, that's...
Oh, no. I have friends right now that are heterosexual, monogamous women. You should hear our conversations. First off, bitch, you done cheated on every nigga you're with. I need you to step into the fact that you are actually non-monogamous. Like, a lot of my friends lean into all of the surface layer, like, the traditional values is what they claim they want. But I'm like, but bro, you cheated on every nigga you with. Bro, you actually enjoy dating even, like, or you'll date multiple men because you don't want to lean into a title because you enjoy seeing multiple people at once.
And
you just
women
don't want to be non-monogamous because
they don't. Women are so jealous. Me too. Women get very jealous, so they're like, nah, he can't do this. I can't do this. So they're just fucking lying.
But also, let's be very clear. On the other end, I've had men that I talked to, men that I've dated. I mean, shit, even my ex, because I wasn't jealous, because I didn't care whether he was in another bitch's face or not, or eating a bitch's pussy right in front of me. Because I didn't show those jealous tendencies, they felt like I didn't like them as much. So men also lean into, well, bitch, if you ain't acting crazy over me, you must not like me that much.
But toxicity is something that makes us feel valued, right?
Man, y'all feel valued, not me. Don't bring that toxic shit over.
I mean, but Mandy, not to call you out.
What?
But I believe that
bitch, hold on. You ain't even see. If y'all watching on YouTube, bitch, I done sat
tell
right up.
Tell me if this is not a thing.
No, tell me.
To break up as many times as you did,
Mm-hmm.
you were in a high-low, like up, down, up, down. I felt this. So when you were going through it, I knew.
I didn't like it.
But Mandy, you kept going it back because it felt good.
Well, no.
You think you don't like it, but you're responding
off,
to
we have
it.
not had the actual episode around the psychological abuse of a narcissist. That was a part of the dopamine that I wanted from the highs. I just wanted to keep feeling that. But let's be very clear too. In that moment, with it being my first relationship, I also felt like going back. Like I thought love was hard. Relationships are hard work. I can't give up on this. Like that's when he got the maddest when I gave up and didn't want to fight over him anymore. Like
to me, that's within.
I didn't want that. I absolutely didn't.
I feel
want
like
it.
a true rejection of it though isn't. So to me,
I finally walked away, yes, but I did not want that. Let's be very clear.
I didn't want it, but I was responding to it by going back.
I mean, but
that means people are. So maybe then the thing is not. Maybe nobody likes toxic relationships. Maybe they don't like it, but they're responding
I've been
to this
watching
shit.
the pop the balloon shit. Niggas go in there and literally say, "Oh no, I need a bitch to argue with me a little bit." Like I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm not raising my voice. Like when that
I think toxic shit though makes people feel like they have something that's worthwhile.
And I get that being maybe the majority sentiment. I'm saying I don't want to argue with a man as much as like we can get on this pod. I can get in front of any camera and debate people in my personal relationships. A nigga not gonna raise his voice at me. I have not been in a position where a nigga's ever laid his hands on me. I am not in a position where if it gets too toxic, you can go. Like you can leave or I'll exit. I'll stop the conversation. I'm not into doing that with any lover of mine.
I hate arguing too. And my last relationship wasn't necessarily very like intense verbal like bashing or anything, but it was a lot of up down to me. That's toxic. And for some reason, the high and low of it going back felt good, made me feel better. But
it ain't made me feel good. I'm gonna tell you now, them narcissists, I can't wait to really dig into that. I think I'm still understanding like you guys heard like, and it's funny because a lot of y'all in the comments when I talked about finally seeing him a year later, y'all were like, "Ooh, you're still unhealed," or "Ooh, you still are dealing with trauma." Bro, that relationship was traumatic. I would absolutely never get myself back into a relationship like that again. The signs of literally me not even wanting to confront him because I told you of the 13 times that we broke up, he broke up with me 11 of those. But they weren't even breakups. They were, "Oh, bitch, you gonna question me about what I'm doing? I don't like to be questioned about my behavior. So I'm gonna put you on ice and I'm gonna give you the silent treatment and now we're broken up." Like, I never had any control over that. And it was just like, damn, I can't tell you when you hurt me. I can't tell you when your behavior is crazy or I'm catching you in a lie and I'm telling you I know that you're lying. And instead of holding yourself accountable or even apologizing, you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm not doing this because you're not going to tell me I'm a bad person. This isn't working." And he would break up with me every time. That was not at all what I would. So towards the end, I stopped even bringing up the things that didn't make sense. Like, bitch, you in Panama for suits? You don't have a fucking job. You have a fucking funeral to go to every other week. Ain't this many people dying in New York, nigga. Like, and so instead of questioning him on that behavior, because I just wanted to enjoy the happiness of our relationship, I even stopped questioning him because if I question him, he's gonna leave. Like that didn't feel good to me, but I just enjoyed the highs of it. But there was absolutely a psychological abuse that was happening that when we talk about abuse in a relationship, we don't talk about the psychological. We talk about emotional, we talk about physical, we talk about sexual. That nigga was fucking with my goddamn head. And like, that's why it took me a year. Bro, the fact that I couldn't be touched by a nigga after him, I know y'all was making jokes of like my celibacy after. Bro, I cried with 3 different niggas. Like, bro, I was with Green Eyes in Atlanta shortly after, and I was on my phone talking to like my agent. He was pumping gas, and he comes in the car, and I put it down, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm texting my agent." He was like, "Bitch, you could be on your phone." I didn't even realize like what he had done to me. So like, nah, that wasn't anything that I would have wanted to stay in. It was my first relationship, and I was weak. I was not strong enough to feel better about myself to leave that situation. Because he did make me feel good. And it felt good to finally have a boyfriend. But it was fucking embarrassing. And I would never put myself in that type of relationship.
That's why
ever
I
again.
don't blame
ever again
women when, and it's weird because like you can't really shame women when they want a relationship that bad. Because it does feel good that, not that someone chose you.
Right.
I actually think it's a different thing. We date so much. Everyone's so bad that when there's one that kind of works out, you're like, Oof, finally. I don't even really know if you are excited that you feel like you've gotten chose. It's just kind of like, damn, I've been playing this game so long and it's finally like, all right, found someone that wants to be on the same type of page. I really don't know if women are there like, I got him and you didn't. I think it's just like, ugh, I feel relief.
I think that's my difficulty.
Right? It's not always this thing of like a woman is feeling that much value. More than they know they could just stop dating. Dating is stressful.
You know what's crazy? So I feel the opposite right now. And we're going to get into the topic. So when you talked about meeting that couple on the app and having the foursome, a part of me with even having that conversation with Jazzy and her saying I wasn't really gay. And, the fact that I realized I was just heteromantic, bisexual, I joined the app to see if I could meet a couple, especially because your couple was fine. I said, bitch, there ain't fine couples out here looking for other people.
I am.
And so, luckily, Weezy done seen the couple already. I was in the group chat, sent her the date with me and them to Vinny and all that. So I get on this app, and it's, you know what, we ain't even gonna do vanilla shit. We'll talk about that different. Basically, I was gonna talk about the different ways to meet couples, but I ended up getting into my throuple. I met them on Field, and to me, I was actively looking for people that were not only in kink, but in lifestyle. I loved that they put if they were dom.
They were in kink with a capital K.
Yeah. So
a fucking capital.
So I met this couple. I ended up matching with the guy. And of course, she was tied to the profile as well. So they both were like really fucking good looking. And I was like, ooh. So me and him talked for about a week because when we matched, I was in the DR. So I was just about to leave the DR. And so we kept talking even while I left to the DR and was ticking off all the boxes. I was like, just so you know, I'm dom. Like, and I see that you're in a DDLG. DDLG, for those of you who do not know, is daddy dom, little girl dynamic. And so his woman was very sub. He's a black guy. She's Asian. I was already coming in with the stereotypes. Like, I don't know how I'm finna motherfucking match. I don't care. There's a stereotype to it.
Stop.
I don't care.
Stop. Was that fucked up?
So basically, we get into the app, and he immediately puts us in a three-way.
Come in, it's fine.
You want to go ahead? Oh, look, she's like, bitch, bring my coffee.
Bring that motherfuckers. Free Gaza, bring the Starbucks.
And so I liked it. I think meeting on the app allowed us to kind of talk explicitly about what we wanted. And that's another reason why I matched him. So on his page, he said, not looking for ONS. ONS, y'all, is one night stands. Oof. He said, not looking for ONS and looking for a girlfriend.
Oh, you wanted to say unicorn girlfriend. Let's get into that.
Yes. Oh, I talked about that.
No. We said we were going to. So a unicorn specifically, by definition, is a single woman looking to join a couple just for sex.
Yes.
The word throuple has become a phenomenon because it's really a couple that brings in a girlfriend.
I want to grow with both people.
Right.
Yeah.
That brings them in to join in their dynamic and union. Now, I would say in the case that you were talking, so you asked about my throuple earlier.
Yeah.
Mine was definitely like everybody is together.
Right.
We were really sharing every day.
Were they allowed to see each other with...
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So that's my point, right? Thanks, Dave. So basically, in my throuple...
Free Palestine.
Yeah. This was not the choice we want to make.
I mean, these niggas, we know who they supporting, bitch.
But I'm going to be honest. Maybe if I find out Zara is pro-Israel too, I'm going to be fucked.
Oh, I'm not. I mean, I'm a hypocrite. I'm bisexual and fucking eat Chick-fil-A. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a part of the alphabet.
No, the day that they listed the companies, I was like, I'm going to act like I see Starbucks. But anyway.
Bitch, it goes to my Delta miles.
The stocks are plummeting.
Oh,
anyway,
bitch, Delta made them take off the pins. We supporting all these goddamn fucking.
Okay, so. Sorry, you know we're about. Long story short. So I was in a relationship with a woman. For those of you who've been listening to Horrible, yes, this is already a story that's been told, but I think it's important to note.
Yes.
I was in a relationship with a woman. We were looking for a male unicorn. Once that male unicorn came into play, we realized we really liked this dynamic and wanted a boyfriend. From there, we proposed it and became a throuple. In our throuple, we were all pretty much equal. Even though her and I had a very strong base of being in love and we were there before him, everyone was allowed to see each other separately. Everyone was allowed, we had separate relationships. And by that, I mean, her and I, with her, I, and him, was all different. Me and him had a different relationship from me and her. They had a separate relationship that even I had to learn to appreciate. I remember the day I knew it was real. I called him and I was like, nigga, let me tell you about, and he was like, yo, hold on, I gotta call you back because she had a really bad day at work. And I was like, oh, that bitch ain't calling me. But in that moment, she just wanted maybe to be coddled by him. Maybe he has a different energy than me.
Right.
Fine. And we really shared each other. Decisions were made in our relationship with each other, including when her and I felt like we weren't working out anymore and we had to break up. Him and I just kind of fell. So
I mean, I'm realizing I might be leaning more into considering a poly dynamic because this was, I mean, clearly since my relationship, I'm looking for intimacy and romance.
So they said that, and my point is, they said they wanted a girlfriend.
They wanted a girlfriend.
But
so I was like, this is perfect. Great. And me and him were 100% on the same page. He brings her in and it seems like we're all on the same page. So then we date. If you guys want to listen as well, we went on multiple dates and we went to the sex club together. If you guys want to hear about the sex club, please join our Patreon because I share that experience on our town hall for the month of August. And baby, it was wild. And I did something that I thought I would never do. Shame on here. Shut up. So just go listen on Patreon to
That's
hear.
where I wore the red boots today, y'all.
Shut up.
The bitch has been
It's not going there. Shut up. It's on Patreon. God damn it.
No, but
You're
I'm
giving them too much.
No, I'm trying to get them to know.
Just go on Patreon. Patreon.com/.
Pay $5 to hear about the blood.
There wasn't even blood, bro. Shut up. So anyways, so we have this dynamic. It's great. It's perfect. I'm liking it. And I'm like, this is what I want. Also, out the gate, I let them know I'm not cutting off any of my niggas. So one of the things that I really wanted to bring up before getting into our kinky sex and these boundaries with Throuple was the conversation around getting tested. Immediately, like we're talking about Lincoln and he's like, okay, let's do Jersey City. And I was like, ooh, if I like you, I might have to bring my overnight bag. And he was like, hold your horses before we do anything. Like, I need recent results. I was like, oh, say less. So we had planned to fucking meet on Monday. I couldn't get tested until Thursday. So I knew the first time we met, we weren't going to have sex. It was just going to be a date because I didn't have my recent results. And I wanted to bring this up specifically because the internet, I don't even know which camera is mine. The conversations with my friends and the internet around getting tested has been disgusting. Like, I had other partners of mine ask.
Oh my God, even Alex when we were at dinner.
Bro, Alex asked me if I had AIDS because I went and got tested and got PrEP. And he was like, do you have AIDS? And I'm just like, the conversation around requiring your partners to get tested, especially if you're non-exclusive, especially if you're casually dating or having sex with multiple people, especially if you don't know this bitch from a can of paint. When I told my friends that they wanted test results, and I was like, bitch, immediately made my appointment and was like, say less. I don't mind going to get tested. Like, I get tested, especially like when I was with my ex, bitch, we fucked enough bitches and was at the sex club enough. Bitch, I was getting tested even with that nigga. So if you don't think I'm not going to get tested for a new couple that requires that, y'all are crazy. But my friends made me feel dirty or made me feel like I was like doing something I shouldn't be doing because I was going to get recent test results. Or that I should expect them to be dirty because why are they expecting you? And I was like, mind you, both of them sent me their test results. Like they had just gotten tested 3 weeks before meeting me. So I'm just like.
But how'd they make you feel that way? What do you mean?
They made me feel that way because it's something that they don't do with their partners. And they're like, why is that something that's being asked of? Like, is there an outbreak? Is there something that looks wrong? Like, niggas, I think, assume that you should only be getting tested if there's a smell or an itch or a fucking bump somewhere. And I'm just like, the fact that this becomes an uncomfortable conversation. I just also saw a tweet where someone was like, yo, I asked this nigga for his test results and he started an argument with me. What does that mean? I mean, let's be very clear. One of the reasons I got with my motherfucking, my fucking ex is because during COVID, I remember 24/7 hitting me up and wanted me to go see him and me asking him, like, you ain't got no symptoms of COVID, right? And He made it seem like I asked if he was a motherfucking monkey or something.
Bro,
Like,
I really
people
can't.
don't like the conversation around like just making sure they're healthy. They see it as an insult. Like, bitch, you think I'm dirty?
My partner and I have been tested twice. I mean, since being in a committed relationship. This is before when we were just dating, no. But since being in a committed relationship. And I remember when he got tested and sent it to me, he kind of laughed about it, like, you happy now? And I'm like, yo, I really wasn't accusing you of anything. I want this to become regular.
Yes.
And he was like, yeah, of course, I understand. But I'm like, but that little comment, I know you probably think.
I think that you're dirty or have something. Yes.
And I just want us to keep on this together. That's it.
I would love to start forming in some way, even with this pod, with our social posts, with something, just initiatives like Get Tested Week. Like, oh,
by the way,
like that.
This is making me think of something. So we were talking about how our friends made us feel.
Yes.
And
wait, your friends just made you feel away.
When I called him, I'm like, yo, I feel like almost everybody in my life that isn't like in this lifestyle must think this of me.
Yeah.
Like I'm accepting cheating. Right?
Niggas think I'm easy.
And I really don't like the accept
I be hard
thing
as fuck on these niggas.
because it makes me feel like you really think I'm ugly.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I really believe, and I'm not saying I'm Beyonce or anything like that, but I really believe I can get anything I want. I believe money-wise, I believe anything, health, I believe I'll have whatever the fuck I want, including niggas, even if it's yours. I believe I can have it.
Oh, I'll be honest with you.
And so,
hold on. Instagram, baby, it's too easy. My friend said, bitch, you gotta chill. Bitch, I will watch a movie on HBO, Netflix, look up the cast.
Yep.
Go and like a couple of this nigga's pictures that I liked in this movie.
Like,
and he in my DMs. Bitch, it's that easy.
I really, and I'm not even an IG like meet people. Like I just really feel like there's nothing as a no.
Bitch, like 3
so
pictures.
If you think I have to accept anything, that shit got me tight because I was like, that nigga got me too.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a lot of lit niggas. Don't get me wrong, mine is the greatest. But if anything went wrong, I would not feel like the world was over.
No, me neither.
Now, with that said, when we were on the phone talking about this, I'm like, bro, I really hate this notion that like I'm doing something wrong. He's like, listen, we have so much communication. He's like, think about when you find somebody attractive and you tell me and we laugh about it, or I could act jealous, or you can have a feeling. Like, think about how much we're talking. How much are monogamous couples talking?
Not a lot.
About their inner thoughts, about their feelings, about sexual thoughts about other people.
Bitch, monogamous couples can't even like other people's pictures on, like, they can't even say what celebrity hall passes they might have. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'll go straight into a date and be like, hey, if you gonna be mad that I lust over met the man, we can't be together and we can end this now. Because a bitch is gonna want to hop on Jason Momoa's face.
Bruh,
what are you talking about?
There's such a big like disparity in what we think respect is. And he said to me, like, I don't want you to feel this way because we overtalk the check-ins that we have. Like, even last week, I've been having like such a depressing week just with like family stuff and whatever. I'm like, okay, we got to close it right now. Like, need a break.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the foursome couple because I've been dodging them, but it's not even like I don't want to do anything with them again. I can't right now.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's such an open dynamic. And he told me I have felt like monogamy has been based on lies for me.
It is.
Like,
so that's
in the
why,
past.
So that's why I got on this app, and a part of me loved that everyone was open. Baby, we date separate but together, but this is the love of my life. I'm not leaving her, but I'm open to dating other people. Everybody that I know on Hinge and Twitter and all these, let's be very clear. I know that there's a saying, right? And I think I said this to you, Wolf, too. We all have one life to live, except for these niggas. They be living multiple lives. They be having a wife, a girlfriend, a baby mama. They be have different friend groups.
They do.
These niggas have multiple lives. Yeah, no. I ain't gonna hold you.
No.
I live in my truth. These niggas will have I told you my ex was going by his first, middle, and last name. Nigga had 3 different lives he was out here living. Like, bro.
I think that nigga was just really bad.
No. Don't do that. I go by Mandy. I ain't even out here living as Amanda unless I'm paying a bill or booking a flight, okay? I am me. These motherfuckers will be on a dating app talking about, oh, I'm only here traveling for work. All the time, his wife lived 40 minutes down the street. He just acting like he only in town for work. And these are real life stories, okay? Or the niggas you meet will spend a whole weekend with you, love you, and then go ghost talking about, man, I was just working on my mental health. No, it was your wife's, and it was y'all's anniversary, nigga, and y'all went on a trip together. Fuck you, me.
It's deep.
No, it's crazy. I did want to get into the hors d'oeuvre. I want to talk about this throuple and the boundaries and why it was grand opening, grand closing. So before we get into what went wrong, or not what went wrong, just how it ended, I did want to share our full experience having sex together because it was different. It was different in a way that I hadn't experienced it before, and I want to share with you guys. So again, they're in a DDLG relationship. I came in and was like, nigga, I'm a dom. That's it. I don't mind switching, but I'm going to switch when I take dick, but everything else, I'm pretty dominant in the bedroom. So this was the most different type of fucking threesome I've ever had. So first off, she got us matching outfits. If that wasn't a start to it, so we both take a shower together after we come back from the beach. So we had a whole pier day on the Jersey Shore.
Cute.
It was so cute. We played video games together. We were competing against each other, winning prizes. It was super fucking cute.
Oh, let me put this in my notes. Take bitch to beach.
Oh, the Jersey Shore was it. So we go to the pier. We come back to the house. Bitch, we take a shower together, me and her. And then she's like, wait, let me find this. I bought us outfits. So literally bought us matching outfits.
Black and white, like my nails.
Black and white fishnet outfits. I was like, oh, this nigga.
Is adorable. I love this.
This nigga spoiled. So we get dressed, we go to the couch, and immediately we start making out with each other. So we start making out, she starts rubbing on me, and then I immediately go to licking her nipples, going down and eating her out. So he's watching me and her play on the couch. Now, she is very sub and only sub. That is it. They don't even have a switch dynamic, but me and him have already talked about how I come in as a dom. She knows I'm dom. So we go from I'm eating her pussy, and then he goes, and also weird, they've been together for a year. Condoms. They still use condoms, which I like because I let them know I didn't want any children. So even though I got fully tested, I was still going to require a condom. So I hear him putting it on. I was like, oh, okay, I'm about to fill the dick. I'd already sucked it because we went to the sex club together. So I was ready to take it. I was ready to take it.
I already sucked it.
And so
how was his dick?
The dick was good. The dick was good. But still in his mind, I know he's focusing on being a dom. So he's still very interactive with her. And this is where the dynamic changed. So he goes, he starts fucking me. Then he sits down. I bounce on him while he has her like eating my pussy the whole time. He has her working the whole time. And I'm like, oh, whoa, this is kind of hot. Like, and then it gets to the part where he fucks her. He goes full on into fucking her anally. He like anal sex. So I'm watching this because y'all know I only do anal once a quarter. That bitch done had a goddamn dildo on her ass the whole time, getting her ass ready to take his fucking dick anally. And I'm like, whoa, okay. We're really being kinky.
With a condom?
With a condom. Even the toys had condoms.
Don't they live together?
Like, no. They don't live together. When you had asked me, I had assumed because when we had been in a group chat, she was sending me pictures of them together. She just goes to his house a lot. So they don't live together, no. So anyways, he's just really kind of, yeah. And I was like, I like that. I love a little nigga I ain't got to force to put on a condom. So, baby, it was great. So he's fucking her anally, and I'm like, ooh, this is hot. So I go behind him and start licking his balls while he's fucking her in her ass. But this is where the dynamic gets crazy, right? So finally, we get into, okay, he done fucked both of us. Now we get into oral sex. And this is where, bitch, my dom meter turns on, and this just feels real crazy.
Dom meter.
Dom meter. So he's very verbal to her.
Okay.
Telling her, so she's now down, sucking the fuck out of his dick. We're making out. He is a fucking phenomenal kisser. So while we're kissing, though, he keeps stopping to tell her what the fuck to do. Like, bitch, suck this dick. Put it all in your mouth. Oh, all of that. Like, slut, bitch. Like, she is a full cuck sub-ish. So he talking too much for me. So, bitch, I start slapping him in the face. Then I take his motherfucking mouth while he's like trying to like push her head down on his dick, and I take his face, and I hold it like this, and I start smacking him, and I open your fucking mouth, and I start spitting in his mouth and making him do spit bubbles with my spit. Bitch, and he loved it because we talked about it after. So I literally start like,
Look at Wolf's face.
so I'm literally like smacking him while because now he's talking too much for me. And I'm like, oh, you like how she's sucking your dick? Yeah, I like how and then he goes back to talking to her. And I was like, you're talking too much again. So bitch, I stand up and fucking sit on his fucking face. Like while he's fucking so now he's trying to talk.
Ew, now I'm getting horny at Mandy's story.
Now he's literally still trying to talk like, and I'm like rubbing my fucking pussy all on his face.
That's
like,
hot.
You talking too fucking much for me. Like, shut the fuck up. So I'm riding his fucking face, and I don't know if the shroom kicked in right at this moment. Bitch, that nigga made me come so goddamn. Bitch, my legs locked. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm never gonna get my pussy standing up again. Bitch, I almost fell. Broke an ankle or something. Bitch, I had to focus so hard on not collapsing on that fucking nigga. You hear me? I was like, good.
It's probably just the whole, sometimes when you're in group sex and you're like,
Oh,
everything is such sexual energy.
Bitch, it was so sexual. I got down and I was like, bitch, I'm breathing heavy. And he immediately turns right back into the dom. You see, I made her come. You like how I made her come while you sucked my fucking dick? And went right back into doming her. And I was like, oh boy, wow.
How's it end?
So it ends with, all of that was way too much for this bitch. So let's get into the horrible decision.
I meant like come on the face.
We all just came. I end up going
Where did his cum go? Did he come on both your face? Did you make out with it?
Where did he come? Oh no, he came so he goes to, by the time I come, bitch, I'm
yes,
good.
You guys
now.
are welcome.
Oh yeah, I
got
good
the
now.
deets.
Okay, look, good deets. Cause I'm like, wait, how did he? He came on both of our faces. So she was down there sucking his dick, and I went down there to join her. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna come. And he wanted to come just on her face. And I was like, mm-mm. So bitch, I took it off her face and put it on mine. I was like rubbing my cheek. I was like, give me on the dick. I was like, give me some of that nut on my face. I was like, I want some too. And so then I start taking it off her neck, because bitch, he came all over. So then I start taking it off her neck and putting it like this and making her eat it off her neck.
That's hot.
And then I just put it in, we just start kissing with his nut all over both of our faces.
Picture time.
And then, yeah, we sat, we got some water, and then we started watching Drunk History.
Did you sleep?
Literally, she had never watched Drunk History before.
Did you sleep at their house?
I slept at, thank God they had a fucking king bed, because baby, when we all slept at my house, in my queen, it was given.
Wait, you guys all stayed at your house?
They stayed at my house after the sex club that y'all could hear on our Patreon. Yes, bitch, they spent the night at my house. We were in a full fucking relationship for the last 2.5 weeks. And it recently came to an end, because we heavily did everything together. Bitch, we've done brunch, we've done the pier, we've done bar hopping, we've done dinner. Like, we've been on dates. Like, this is like, oh, I'm in love. This is what I love. She's sexy. He's sexy as fuck. Me and him had so much in common. I'm learning about her. And then I'm like, kinky wise, this is just great. And it's like intimate. Like,
what are their professions? Like, without giving them too much away.
He owns real estate properties.
Not even my nigga both got dreads and do the same thing.
And then he's also in finance. And then she is a teacher.
Cute. Okay.
And so let's get into,
not a sub,
mind you. So
okay.
we all sleep together. Like, I'm like, this is great. This is great. I came. I'm having good fucking bomb. Like, it was, huh. So basically, the next day, mind you, we have not really. She was very clear on our first meeting that the last girl that they tried to date, it ended because she was overly FaceTiming him and was more interested in him than them. And I was like, oh yeah, bitch, I kind of like both of y'all, so don't worry about that. So I to not make her uncomfortable, I was like, I'm not going to speak to him outside of speaking to you. So here we go. I go against the grain and sidebar with her.
Okay.
So I sidebar with her to check in with her, because now we've had a few dates. We're texting every day as a group. We just had a whole nother date. We had full-blown sex. Let me check in with you. She pretty much told me a lot of me and him make her uncomfortable.
Oh, let's
Do you want me to go through the
because I
text
want to
messages?
know
Okay.
how
We'll go
you
through the
checked
text-
in versus
I will.
because I
Okay.
wonder if you had to read between the lines.
And I do also want to tell you guys too what I also love and what I'm learning from because clearly I fucked up in the past. I did ask for both of their permissions to share details on the pod. Are you guys comfortable with me? Like,
That was nice.
if you guys were on Twitter, I know I put emojis over their faces, but they were even open like, you can openly share us.
I'm
Like,
so
we're
glad you
enjoying
did.
this. I checked in and asked for if, like, what they were like, you can share whatever. We don't give a fuck. And I really appreciated that. But I am checking in and asking my partners now, like, what I
Good.
can and cannot share on the pod.
My man done made it clear. He's like, bitch, the dick. That's it.
So, you know, I just thanked her for sharing that experience with me. Thanks for allowing me in. You're amazing. Thank you for your patience. She immediately goes into, it's not easy being a sub. Sexually, goes into the psychology of it and all those things. Mind you, now she's dealing with 2 doms. So we immediately go into where she's at psychologically.
Was there enough
with the sex.
aftercare for her?
Oh yeah, we were cuddling. Like for what I believe aftercare to be, everyone got water. Like he gave both of us water.
Specific to her though.
I mean, that I'm not sure. We hadn't talked about what aftercare specifically is needed and wanted, but we both changed into regular clothes. We hugged each other. He got us both water. He was heating up the food that we had gotten earlier. They checked in without me. So I assumed it was fine. And then me and her cuddled watching Drunk History. Like me and her were more under the covers together.
But you didn't
And I'm
dom
rubbing her head. I mean, I was pushing her head down too.
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
before you read this,
Yep.
as he's an experienced dom,
Yeah.
100%. I already think that's a fail.
What is?
You bring another woman in, I'm sucking your dick while you're eating her pussy, you're calling me a bitch, talking to me crazy. This is super intense scene. And it wasn't all about me right after. Like, I need...
Well, no, they did. They went and changed. They were in the kitchen. I went into the bath. Like, they had their alone time. So I don't know what aftercare looks like to her. I wouldn't say it was a fail because I wasn't around them fully after. But then once they got done checking in with each other, however they normally do, because again, I don't know what that normally looks like. Me and her absolutely checked in. We changed clothes. And then me and her cuddled. And I rubbed her. I was rubbing her shoulders. I kissed her. Like, and that I thought I did my part in that.
Because I feel like, yeah, you probably did. But if you weren't the one that dominated her in a new dynamic.
I mean, I did a little bit too.
Okay.
I dominated both of them.
I feel like if I would have just experienced that, like I just got dominated really hard this weekend by my man. Like real bad. Like I was asking for everything, by the way. There was almost like a mark from slapping. And like after it, he had to hold me really tight, like constant rubbing, like massaging, talking about how much he loved me. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if I didn't have that, I would have died.
I think that's a conversation that if you're in those dynamics in a room, like, because we've talked about it, like, they have such, I don't want to call it violent sex, but it's it's aggressive sex that literally she's said she's cried sometimes. He enjoys seeing her cry. There's another guy that I'm talking to now that literally enjoys seeing bitches cry during sex. And I don't let him know, yeah, when we have it, I'm gonna let you stop before I start crying, bitch. I don't want to motherfucking cry during sex unless I'm on shrooms and it feels so good and I done came and squirted all over the place that my eyes was watering.
Bro, I cried too. What's crazy?
I want to cry. That's the only way.
I didn't feel like I needed a safe word. So I don't know if anyone's experienced this, but the way that I could explain the cry that happened to me, I started crying in the middle of it from the slapping and the spitting on me and the shit talking. And I was like, am I crying because because I was turned on. I was getting wetter and wetter. Am I crying because this matches the scene? Or am I crying because of what's happening? Like, I did not want it to stop. But at the same time, I was crying and I was like, what does this mean? Sex is weird. So
okay, so we get into.
She said it's not easy being a sub.
Yes. And she ends it with she said she's navigating how comfortable she is sharing her partner in casual vanilla spaces as well as the bedroom. She said, I just want to say I appreciate you. And I said, trust me, I can only imagine. I enjoy my time with y'all outside the sexual space and excited to explore more there with you guys in a dynamic that is new but also pleasurable. Feel free to be open with me. I gave her the floor and did. I said, feel free to be open with me. I'm not here to compete with you or make you feel like any more of the giver than you already are.
Because, that was really nice.
Oh, girl.
That was good.
And I wanted, because as a sub, you are taking in a lot, but you're a giver. innately. You might not feel like you can speak out for yourself.
Come on, sex ed man.
Listen. And here go my best friend.
Shan Booty.
She was like, bitch, you need to be a teacher. I said, bitch, I ain't teaching a couple how to treat me when they're not comfortable.
She said, you need to be a teacher because you're doing a better job than me right now.
So she did say that it's hard for me to figure out how our dynamic is supposed to look like when in this space. I said, it's new for me too, but I guess that we can customize it. Then we get into, I'm not sure what you guys discussed initially, but I wasn't looking for an actual throuple romantic relationship. And I said, damn, wish I didn't, I deactivated that, bitch. I thought I found you. I ain't need to be on the app no more. Deactivated it, stopped looking, because I was like, oh, I'm in a dynamic that I want to put focus into. Let me not sit here and feel like I have to keep going on dates.
Right.
So I literally asked her then, I said, what is it you want really? I just know his page said that he wasn't looking for ONS and that y'all were both looking for a girlfriend. Clearly, after the combos we have all had, it seems blurred, is what I told her. Because I'm like, I'm thinking we're all on the same page. We don't went on dates. We're at brunch talking about boundaries. We're doing all these things together. And I guess I didn't pick up that because they're in this DDLG, I'm thinking he's speaking for them. And I not realizing she may just feel like she's along for the ride with what he wants. So what he wants and what she wants is a bit different. So he said he was looking for our girlfriend. I didn't notice. And then I told him to change it to no one night stands. I've always told him ideally I'd want to be in a committed romantic relationship and marriage with a fun and interesting sex life with friends that we consider genuine friends that we play with. She also went into the fact that, and let me go down to this. Her big problem was the term girlfriend. So where he's now already calling me a girlfriend, she's like, I can see how that can look like a girlfriend, but to me, a girlfriend, which I am now, is much deeper than that. It's love, it's building, it's family and friends are involved, etc. So it doesn't sit same for how casual he makes a girlfriend feel. So I could also see there's a dynamic where now you're looking to place a hierarchy on this.
Are we equal?
Because now the term and title of a girlfriend means so much to you that you don't want me to have it.
Yeah, but to be honest, I get it, but like,
I know.
Our girlfriend, to me, does sound playful, not to diminish what you're looking for. I'm just saying,
I'm y'all's girlfriend. I'm not just his. But then that's where
I get it.
Then she started going. I told him, this is about being cucked. He wants her to be a complete sub. And then she pretty much goes into then, it made me uncomfortable when y'all were kissing. It made me uncomfortable that he was showing affection to you on the pier. Like, I don't want you to talk to him.
What was he doing on the pier?
And because I had already known she didn't want me to kiss him outside of the bedroom, it was like his arm was around my lower back.
Was he touching her at the same time?
Yes. It was. He was doing such a great fucking job, bro. I was like, oh, I love this. She didn't want me to receive any affection. She just kind of wanted me there. And I was like, everything that you're describing is placing me as a unicorn, but also it feels like you feel there's a competition or an insecurity around how he may show up for me. And that's not okay for me.
Did she acknowledge that?
I said also, because then she's like, well, we can still be friends and hang out. And I said, oh, bitch, I got friends and I hang out with people enough.
No, you didn't.
Bitch, you got me fucked up. You want me to read it?
I do.
Bitch, hold on. Bitch, I am very clear with what I want right now. I think, so she said, I think to be safe in a sexual relationship, there needs to be honesty and transparency, says his name. Kink community are more inclined to be honest. I said, I agree they are. Are you okay with hangouts, friendships, and occasional physical experience? No pressure, but whenever the time allows us to hang. I said, I'm entirely fine with that. I'm not pressuring or forcing anything that's not there and don't want to sell myself or convince someone of anything else. Hold on. She goes back into, I wanted to share where I say, no, I don't need that. So she goes back again. Me explaining the difference between unicorn and relationships. She said, so the casual hangouts and friendship isn't something you would want. Sounds like you're more interested in polyamory. And that's what I realized with our conversation too. We're literally dissecting labels and titles. this is a poly relationship. You don't want to be a unicorn, but we're the girlfriend title. We're literally just dissecting our meanings of these words. So I said, I need affection. I have a lot of friends and colleagues and casually hang out with people every day. In any sexual relationship I have, I need the affection and intimacy, and it seems like those things I cannot get from his name, her man. I would want those things from the both of you. We can absolutely continue hanging, but I wouldn't want to be sexual with y'all then. I said, I haven't been poly before, so I can't say that's what I want entirely, but I don't like getting hung up on titles and labels. She then wrote, I appreciate it so much. Da, 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 da. The next morning, wrote both of them, thanks, guys. This was a great experience. I'm going to let y'all get on the same page.
Let me give you my 2 cents.
So, yeah, that's where we're at. So, basically, this whole dynamic, I think, is being introduced into a relationship. I think because she's a sub, she's down to try it out, but she's not fully comfortable in voicing herself to her partner, and I think wants to do this to please him. And for me, it would have been a waste of my time, because if I'm coming into a dynamic where you're so insecure about me growing my own relationship with the man, but yet you and I can kiss in public, you and I can sidebar, you and I can do all these things, but you're limiting me to doing that with the man, bitch, I may as well just go out and be a hoe and charge niggas for this experience. I'd rather fucking sleep with a couple in Fiji or Aruba or Bora
like
Bora
vacation shit
than fucking New Brunswick. Are you kidding me? Like, bitch, I would rather be a third for a couple that's gonna pay my
New
rent.
Brunswick?
Bitch.
Let me say this. So when Mandy said this to me yesterday,
I love that you want to try to call cap on my messages. Yeah, bitch, I told her.
I couldn't believe you said I got friends.
I got friends.
So
I hang out already.
I was so annoyed with this because of the conversation with my homegirl about me accepting cheating.
Oh.
Because she's like, I've met so many women that do this and they end up not being happy years down the road. And I was like, bro, I'm really not that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And this bitch, no offense. Well,
don't call her bitch, because that's still like, just so y'all know.
Well, I'm talking about.
I talked to both of them, and whatever. I said, once y'all figure out and get on the same page, I would like to be reconsidered.
Yes, like
I really enjoyed them. Like
I'm talking about bitch and just like, but this bitch basically entered into something that, one, you can tell they didn't communicate enough.
Yeah,
they thought it was hot. They thought they were kinky enough. I don't know who's to blame. I think both of them.
I think both of them are to blame.
I think mainly him, because you know your bitch. And you know what I'm saying? And as you're the dom,
why I let me get it out. Your bitch was because of the dom, that dynamic.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
As a dom, if you are a true experienced dom, you have so much language around what that sub is comfortable with. You are reading cues, body language. You are having constant conversation. You may be a great dom in sex, but you took this somewhere else and involved another person. To me, this is no different than a nigga doing girlfriend shit with me and then telling me they don't want a girlfriend. And I really did not like hearing this, because when I spoke to you about this, the first thing out of your mouth, I said, really, they want a girlfriend? This was at your studio. And you said, yes, they do. They said girlfriend.
They said girlfriend.
You said it like 2 or 3 times. Girlfriend. And so now what I actually feel, she didn't really do anything wrong by communicating what she couldn't handle. But I will be honest by saying, I think she should have dealt with her jealousy alone first, reevaluated it, had a conversation with him about it before even saying that to you. Because I feel like she tried to sidebar it to get you to be a unicorn without fully telling him how that made her feel. I do not think she let him know how jealous she was feeling. I also think it was super unfair for her to continue on in seeing you in different relationships and different scenes and different...
To be fair, I do believe they sidebarred that night after our sidebar.
I don't think she told him that night.
Because she the next morning, when we pretty much broke up with each other, she texted me, I appreciate you so much, and I'm so sorry for all the miscommunication / confusion with us. We are on the same page when it comes to the ultimate goal of what we want in life. That level of affection and intimacy that you want is understandable, but I don't think it's something we can give.
They never had a threesome before. They've never had a threesome before.
I don't think she was
ready.
This
is why I literally have told people. A friend of mine that just got married, they were like talking about a threesome, right? One of her homegirls is a vibe and like wants to fuck them and is super respectful of boundaries. I'm like, dog, you cannot do this. You have to see how you feel with a random bitch first. You have to go have a sex worker, suck his dick, be around him, see what things are making you feel away. don't just involve someone, especially someone you care about. And then later you're like, ugh, now you lost a friend and you fucking made this whole thing awkward. I do not think people should be involving someone to that level. I can tell already from her feeling jealous from a kiss during sex.
My kisses.
The kiss during sex.
And I ain't gonna hold you. Baby, we was kissing. That niggas we was kissing.
What was she doing when you were kissing?
Bitch sucking his dick. Like, she was fucking pleasing him. And I was up there like, and then I'd go from like the long sensual kisses to slapping him in his motherfucking face and spitting his motherfucking mouth and tell him, yeah, nigga.
I think that the sad thing about it though is a sub really just felt powerless. And to me, that is never where the sub should go. Like, when I'm asking to be slapped in the face or called a bit or be spit on or whatever, these are things I'm talking about before. And I just can't see a world where they really talked about it. I just don't believe it.
I mean, I don't know. I think that the things that they've done, how they've expressed their sex life to me, it seems kinky, it seems enjoyable.
But it doesn't involve anyone else.
Pleasurable. But I also think that this is another thing that I realized. And I wonder this. She's a complete sub. And she's saying that takes a toll on her psychologically. And I wonder if the way he kissed me, the way he reacted to me, made her uncomfortable because that's not a dynamic he sees from her. Like, even in...
Wait, what?
Like, even though she's a complete sub, maybe she wants to be more of a switch, but feels like she's too much into the sub role where now it can't be changed.
I don't think it's that she wants to be a switch. I think what really can transpire from being a sub is a little bit of humiliation. Like, I don't know if I could be subbed the fuck out in front of someone else. Like, that's what I'm talking about with
I told her she did a good job.
That's not enough. I mean... And it can be condescending.
I mean, no, it was... I didn't say...
I'm not saying you faked it.
But how psychologically, I get that it can be a lot. Because to be fair, bitch couldn't be me. Couldn't be
me either.
Like,
and I'm a sub, bro, nigga. Most of my
me.
stories in the book we wrote, bro, have to do with sub shit.
No, like we went and we got oysters. We had to wait while he went and got keys made one time. And she talked about, sometimes the dom sub doesn't turn off. And, the ways that sometimes he talks to her. And I was like, oh yeah, he ain't gonna talk to you in no way around me. I said, I'm gonna let you know that right now. Because niggas don't talk crazy, like, around me. And she was just like, but I don't know if also just that talking, like, she saw a different part of him, or he acted differently when we were both around him that maybe also made her uncomfortable. Like, damn, you're changing around this other bitch. But it's because my energy, my personality, how I show up demands,
Bro,
what I mean?
Don't that shit make you happy to be single sometimes?
Just so you know.
I do not like couples that can't figure their shit out, that want you involved.
Well, I think it was just a whole different dynamic. They've been together for a year. I really hope they get it right. I would reconsider joining them again if she gets it, because I like her. And
this shit is really a turnoff, though. Like, on some real shit.
I still fuck them both.
No, it's a turnoff for me to hear that, like, I just don't like hearing when people that are exploring different types of sex involve other people, and then...
To me, to be clear...
If they have their own issue, fine.
None of us have family members, have been taught classes. Like, he's 40, she's 32, I'm 33. Like...
They still ask for a girlfriend.
But what I'm saying is, none of us really know yet. And the same way I said, well, let's customize what works for us. This is all very different for a lot of people to even be having the ability and authority to explore these types of relationships without, like, it being awkward, with their families now having to know. Like, it takes a lot for people even our age. The same way your friends even want to be judgy about you and how you navigate shit. This takes a lot for people to be like, actually, I'm not monogamous and I really want this type of lifestyle.
It does take a lot. And I'm not saying that her expressing her feelings is wrong. I'm just saying, for people that can get on this app, for people that are ethically non-monogamous, for people that can do all that, they don't sound like they're great communicators with each other, or they wouldn't have got here.
But it's what you said too. Like, or someone was like, damn, you wasted your time. I don't see it that way.
Not wasted time, but
wasting my time. And then I think you text something like, damn, I wonder who's more wrong. And I think I responded to you, bro, I don't think anyone's wrong. I think she's entitled to feel how she feels. I'm glad that she expressed it to me. I knew I wasn't someone that wanted to tiptoe around what that dynamic could look like because I really wanted a strong dynamic with him as well. And I exited. I think that that's the problem when we date people, monogamous or not. A person will tell you exactly what they're looking for or what they don't want. And instead of listening to them, you might try to shapeshift into making it work for you. That wouldn't have worked for me. And I was just glad that she was able to tell me what made her comfortable and uncomfortable. Because a lot of people don't know how to express that in dating or in sex.
Well, I
in the
actually
bedroom.
think she knew that before, though. So that's kind of what's annoying to me. I think someone that couldn't handle watching you kiss during sex knew they couldn't handle. She just went with it.
She was trying to be open-minded.
And that's why I kind of don't fuck with
I'm
it.
kind of okay, though.
I know you still want to fuck them, so that's why you taking this stance.
I'm kind
but
of
if I was sitting here telling you this story,
with anybody,
you would not feel that way.
I'm okay with actually being, I guess this ain't gonna sound great. I'm okay with being a guinea pig. I'm okay with going into a dynamic where they're still trying to figure it out. Me and my ex were figuring it out to where, oh, bitch, I knew I didn't want to throuple with him. Bitch, I wanted unicorns where I didn't even remember bitches' names the next day. Go, suck my nigga dick and be gone. Suck my nigga dick, sleep on the floor. I didn't want all that affection in dating. I used to tell you that. When you and your ex would go out and you're like, oh, I want to go on a date first. Nah, bitch, we're going to go to a sex club, fuck this bitch and be out. Like, I knew that that's what I wanted. So, like, to me, a couple figuring out what works for them when including other people, I don't mind a little bumps along the road. I just happen to come across where they didn't really, iron out the pavement yet. They still had a little bit of cracks in their foundation. I'm fine with that being a thing as long as they're able to work through it.
Well, if you guys want to be my unicorn, I'll tell you, I won't put you through any of that shit.
Well, no, it's consensual. I'm not just making a bitch sleep on the floor.
I'm not talking about.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, not what you did. I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Wait, you want a unicorn though? You wouldn't get back into a throuple. You want a unicorn?
I'll tell you this.
Ooh.
If you guys are interested, my nigga's fine. And I think for me, unicorn, but not unicorn like you have to like dip out, we'll never see you again, one night stand type shit. I'm not ever going to be in a throuple again.
Okay.
But
wait, to end it all, I actually still would love a throuple. So even though this experience was a little shaky, I'm looking for a throuple. Y'all both got to be fine. I'm telling you that now. And preferably he has money because I'm too dumb. I realized I was trying to pick up too much of the shots and shit. I was like, let me let him do everything. I'm still a sub on
I don't
dates,
even want
bitch.
you to let me do it.
Yeah. But why would you never do a throuple again before we get out of here?
So at this juncture in my life, I don't want to do a throuple again because my relationship is really solid.
Okay.
And I don't really need outside energy fucking up my foundation. Especially when...
So like fucking threesomes doesn't count as outside energy?
No. I mean like being able to take on someone else's emotions. Things like that. Like to me, throuple, but again, I was in a throuple where we were all really indebted to each other. I'm not looking for that. I mean, I told him recently, like, I really don't just want to fuck a bitch. What I would love is we're dating someone, we fuck her. I would love to get to the point, because I'm in LA every other week, where maybe they can have sex without me and I'm feeling comfortable. I'm not at that level of comfortability yet, but I would love to get there again because I was there in my last throuple.
Girl, she ain't even want me texting that nigga on the side. He was like, well, what if you can't be free? And she was like, nope, y'all can't hang out without me either. She ain't want none of that. And so that's why I was like, oh yeah.
Right now, I'm not ready for that, but I want to grow there.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm the opposite. I think the reason why coming into a couple made sense to me was because I felt like I could give less of myself, which I think is where I'm at.
Yeah.
I can't give one person my all. I don't want someone super highly focused on where I'm at, what I'm doing. I like the idea that, bitch, y'all go have fun. Like, or that I just didn't have to give too much to someone. I'm in a place right now where, baby, I ain't got a lot to give. And if we can make plans and do that, that feels good. But a part of me is just not at a place where I think I could fully be with one person right now or give that energy to just one person.
So I'm giving the energy and I can't give it to two.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's too much.
But yeah, you can slide in my DMs. Let me know if you're in the New York or LA area. Slide in mine. We are healthy, not vaxxed, but waxed. And shout out to Wolf, not vaxxed.
Shout out to
no,
you.
but
I knew your motherfucker.
We are definitely
I knew your car was fake when we got back on tour, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
Girl, yeah.
I know it was.
I told
you
you
was
it
like,
was.
oh yeah, I got my card, bitch.
Bitch, I told you it was.
And here I go. That was one of our breakups. That nigga broke up with me because I went and got vaxxed without talking to him. He said, you're making those decisions.
What?
That was one of our breakups. He broke up with me because I went and got the COVID vaccination. I was like,
COVID.
I said, nigga, we about to go back on tour and I need my money. Shoot me up with whatever. Nigga, you just took acid and you mad I got a goddamn COVID vaccine? Bitch, we be on drugs every fucking week and you mad.
Bruh, the dentist gave me 4 Xanax and I only needed 1, right? My nigga was like, let me throw out the rest. Throw out the rest!
Oh, that's why I'm
No,
that's
anyway,
what I'm saying.
well, let me keep going.
Go ahead. Oh, go
Since
ahead.
I manifested my man, let me manifest our girlfriend. So I would love it if you like to go out for dance. That's what we do every weekend. We love dancing every weekend. I like to eat, bitch. I like making breakfast. You know, you gotta like Nina. But yeah, I'm not necessarily comfortable with dating without each other at the moment, but I would love to get there. So, you know, if you just want to fuck a fine ass nigga and me, DM me.
And if you want to hear more about my 2.5 week throuple relationship, join us on Patreon because we did go to the sex club together and had a really, really good, interesting time. So I'm going to share those details on the Patreon. You guys can also hear about our first date. I recorded with Weezy and shared what our first date was like. So go on over to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/horrible decisions. Also, if you're checking us out on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Drop some comments below if you've had a successful or non-successful throuple. We'd love to hear it below. Tell us who you agree with, disagree with, who's wrong, who's right. I don't fucking know. Y'all be arguing every week about something.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. Was the girl just in what? Do you agree with me in saying them
she
niggas
wasn't wrong? They wasn't ready. I agree they weren't ready. Which is why I bowed out.
I know they didn't have a threesome
I bowed
before.
out.
I know they didn't.
I don't, you know.
Because if they did, they would have known about the kissing boundary.
Yeah, they didn't really know their boundaries. And I was just willing to okay, well,
Probably just intimidated.
let's create them. I mean, me and my ex created our boundaries as we went.
You know when me and my nigga was talking about it, I was like, oh shit, Mandy and the couple broke up already. He's like, what happened? So we started talking about jealousy and I was like, you know what's crazy? I feel like beauty wouldn't make me jealous because I want to fuck a bitch that's bad as fuck, right?
Right.
But I was like, Mandy thick and that girl ain't. And I was like,
nah, she has a nice ass body though.
I mean, you thick. And I was like, I feel like if we fucked a thick bitch, because my nigga like a big butt. I was like, that might make me be like, damn.
Really?
Not in a way where I would be like, oh, we can never fuck her, gonna be super insecure. But I was really trying to think of the things that would make me feel slight jealousy. I think definitely something I don't have. You know, I feel very confident in who I am and what I look like. But an ass, I may never get there.
Even the nigga that I told you, that we talk every day, the one I don't really talk to about on this podcast much. When we had a threesome, and it was a threesome with a bitch that wasn't even white girl, skinny, not at all, anything like me. The only thing I asked was who gave better head. I just said, because I couldn't even fuck, because I was on my period. So he fucked her. I didn't feel any type of fucking jealousy. I was like, yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, I don't feel jealousy during this. I'm trying to think of what I would,
I realized, though, too, that ended as well with the double face cum shot. That must be the way that I enjoy threesomes.
No, I think that's what niggas want. That's the dream in a threesome.
Well, I like it.
I have to come on both their face to have a threesome.
Oh, yeah. I might actually feel a way if you fucking her and come. Where is it for me? I want to see it. Goddamn.
Anyway, see you next week.
See you guys next week. This has been another episode of Horrible Decisions.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Beyonce.
Child, please. Child, please. Welcome to a bonus episode of Patreon. Kind of impromptu, so I'm going to let Weezy lead this. Where are we going? Didn't you say you wanted to update them on...
How's it impromptu? We knew we was recording last week.
Yeah, but no, there was no outline sent, so...
Oh, I mean, we catching up at bus student. Y'all,
okay.
Mandy's going to have a fucking goddamn seizure if this outline ain't delivered. I'm going to start doing a fake outline. I'm going to put ketchup, mustard.
That's kind of what they do be. Every time you do an outline, we really don't stick to it.
I just don't find the need to, when I know that we could have a good conversation, be super regimented. I know maybe what I want to talk about as far as the juice goes, but I mean, maybe this may help explain it a little better. Now, especially in my life, with making different shows, with having another show, even with For Fact's Sake, I kind of have higher expectations of being able to go on the fly with you. Not saying it's on you, but I don't need it. I've said this so many times with different conversations, or even if we're talking about a project with somebody else, I just don't need it with you. We just did someone else's podcast. I didn't really see her instruct a question too often at all. I just don't find that it's that necessary. And sometimes my most favorite conversations with you were the ones that were impromptu. Like I have an idea of what I want to talk about with you today and opinions I want from you, but I also feel more relaxed and less pressured on a Patreon episode to do so. Patreon has become home for me a little bit when it comes to doing an episode I like to do.
Oh, well, hope they know that's changing.
Not really. It's still going to make me feel more comfortable to be on Patreon with what's changing.
Okay.
You know? What do you think, Wolf? What episodes have been some of your favorites that you've seen or conversations with Mandy and I over the years?
I definitely see it both ways. I do enjoy impromptu. I think sometimes there's a certain magic that comes from just like on the fly, you know what I mean? But then I also have seen plenty of moments where the structure is needed. Not necessarily for
and we
y'all.
have a structured show, so that can't die.
Mhm.
Like, and I think that's probably why I don't feel so. I know we got our hors d'oeuvre. I know we're going to talk about news. So even if there's nothing there, I already in my brain know something I want to talk about that happened in the news.
Right. But to me, I would like to see that because a part of me likes to come in either a little bit more researched or coming in with an opinion that I can sit with for a little bit, especially because niggas don't like my opinions anyway. I don't feel as prepared to explain myself in the quickness that I may need to or to combat your questions to my opinion with hearing about it right in the moment. So for me, it's a comfortability thing of going in, knowing where I stand on a topic and being able to defend my opinion, knowing you may disagree and come back at me with, why do I feel this way? I mean, I think even that was very prevalent in me just sharing how I was enthralled at seeing Chris Brown on stage and seeing the power that he has, and us immediately going into discussing supporting a domestic abuser. Like, to me, that frazzled me because, well, I wasn't ready to stand on that being my opinion.
But you shouldn't have to research why you're supporting an
No. That was just an excuse. Not an excuse. That was an example. I'm sorry. So that's an example. If I know I'm coming in talking about J.D. Vance and the political landscape and what thought, like, to me, just...
that's it. Yeah.
So, but even that, I wasn't ready to get into the conversation about domestic violence because it wasn't on the outline. So to me, on topics that are just strong like that, not where we're just giving comedic relief, because I have such insecurity with my ability to explain my point in a fast-paced thing, being questioned, why do you stand on this opinion? To me, I want to come in and be firm about my opinion, knowing that it may not be one that most people have or will agree with. So to me, I see so many times where I'm like, damn, I could have explained that better. Or damn, I wish I said this. Damn, I wish. So when we have outlines or the outline structure, to me, it's even why I ask you, hey, I haven't gotten the outline yet.
Well, if you are also cool with doing ketchup and mustards.
No, I know that.
So this is what this episode is.
Oh, I didn't know that because we've done 3. I just didn't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't know.
I literally
You just said a Patreon episode. I didn't know this was a ketchup and mustard. But I'm just saying, if it's a ketchup and mustard, I would love that I get to explain why having that outline a few hours before or a couple days before we record an episode is important to me, because this has been quite the insecurity that I've had in getting into deeper conversations on this show where I know we're going to have different opinions, because I do have an insecurity with my ability to form fucking sentences. I know I do this for a living now, but I just want to have a strong stance in my opinion where I can explain it effectively. That's all.
That's
like,
real.
You feel me? Like that's really where I've gotten into. And yes, we've both done all these other projects. To me, even pre-production was a really big thing with.
You just caught a snippet of some bonus content over on our Patreon.
How are you not a subscriber yet? How? Patreon.com/horrible decisions for a bunch of really fun content from us.